welcome to my first live video. I'm trying something new at the salon because I just have lots to share all the time and not enough time to edit and produce my content. So we're coming live at the salon. I am going to be showing you a mini move up on my client here. She actually just has face frame extensions. So it's really great for just filling in the front of your hairline. And so I'm going to be mini moving up her face frame extensions, and I'll show you what that service looks like. So I'm just going to be sectioning her off. We already colored her. So her hair is freshly colored, and I just blew her dry. With her extensions, they're actually just in for fullness. So the length of her hair is going to meet up with the extension hair. So whenever I mini move her up, I'm going to have to check her length. So we're going to check that as well. And so let me grab this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by flipping up her weft. As you can see, we have about 3/4 of an inch of growth. I'll pull the camera up closer so you can see that. That's how much her hair has grown out, and this is the perfect amount of growth for a mini move up. You don't want it to be too grown out before you do a mini move up. Now with her mini, she's just got her mini row. She's just got 3 beads to move up here. So it's going to be a quick and easy mini move. So I'm isolating her extension hair up, and then all of her beaded pieces are going to be down. I'm just going to clip this up lightly. I don't want too much tension when I clip this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be opening these beads and moving them up to the top. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and open all 3 of these beads. And I'm going to slowly pull down and scooch up the bead as we go along the weft. And then once we get it moved up, I'm going to clamp that down halfway, make sure we're in a good location. And see, we can move that up a little bit more. So I'm just going to scooch her up a little bit more. And then we can clamp it down all the way. Same thing here. I'm going to scooch all these beads up, make sure that weft is sitting nice and comfortable on her hair. Clamp it halfway, see that we're in a good position, and I can clamp that down the full way. Okay, same thing with this one. Scooch her up, clamp, and then clamp. Does everything feel good? Okay. All right. And so as you can see, these beads are all moved up. I am going to take this down, and that is snatched all the way up to the top. And then, like I said, we're going to be checking her length here, and I'm going to show you the other side as well. So just looking at her length real quick. It is just slightly, I mean very slight, just slightly higher than her hair. So I'll probably go through and I'll just dust her hair a little bit, but we'll do that after I do the other side. So I'm going to spin her around and we'll do the other side. And if anyone has any questions while we are live here, feel free to leave a comment and let me know where you are watching from. Sectioning this off. So nice to have nails because you can section really easily with the nails. Oregon, oh my gosh, that is so far. I don't even know, where's Oregon? West Coast. Yeah, we're all the way in North Carolina, so you guys are probably on a different time zone over in Oregon. Thank you for watching. My first live video, so fun. I'm gonna try to go live at least once a week to do some live in the salon tutorials. I think it's gonna be so much fun. All right, so sectioning down the coast above California. Yep, so fun. I love California. All right, so sectioning down these 3 beads and then sectioning up her extension hair. Like I said, loosely because we don't want it to have a lot of tension when we section those up. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to open all of these beads and we're going to move them up. I'm going to open all 3 at the same time. And then I'm going to be moving them up. So I'm going to move the camera closer so we can see really good. So we're kind of like pulling down on the section and moving up the bead. And I like to use my pliers to just kind of like scooch these up. And then once we get it in a nice location, we can clamp down halfway. And I like to clamp down halfway so that we make sure nothing's too tight and it's in a good spot before I clamp down the whole way. And then same thing for this one. We're gonna pull down on this section because we want these to lay really flat against the head, which is why I'm pulling down in the direction that the hair is gonna be laying and moving her bead up. And it's been, how many weeks has it been?
I think 4.
4 weeks. So I always suggest for my clients to do mini move-ups around that 4 to 5 week mark. If you go any longer than that, the hair is going to be too grown out for a mini move up and you're going to get kind of like a back combing effect when you try to move up the beads. So going in with this 3rd bead here, just moving her up and then clamping. How do they feel?
Good.
Okay, good. I'm just going to take my comb. I'm going to comb out any shedding, which she does not have much at all. And then we're going to bring this section down. How much do you charge for this? So I charge $50 for a mini move up on the mini rows. If you're getting a mini move up for an entire row, it's $75. So I have my pricing really like specific to the client so that they can feel really taken care of and not like it's going to be overcharging them. Okay, so as you can see here, and I include like a trim with it. So as you can see here, that is going to be the difference. And you can see the extension hair is right here, and then her hair is right there. So that's what I'm gonna be trimming off of her hair. So I'm just gonna go around and dust off that little bit. And I do not charge extra for that when they're getting a mini move up. I think that some things should just be included in the price. And this isn't gonna take me a long time just to like trim up her ends. So as you can see right here, that's the difference. You can see the extension hair right here, and then her hair is like this much longer. So I'm just gonna go through and just dust that off. And then what we can do too is we can just point cut a little bit of the extensions just to lay it really soft. Okay, I'm gonna spin her around and trim the back a little bit. Ends up just being like the smallest bit when you're trimming it off. This works out great with a client who especially gets like a root touch-up service. Root touch-ups are usually every 4 to 5 weeks, so a mini move-up works perfect in that timeline. And then after another 4 to 5 weeks when they come in for their root touch-up again, you're going to be removing and then reinstalling. So usually I recommend 1 mini move-up in between reinstalls. There is the occasional client who takes exceptionally good care of her hair that can get away with 2 mini move-ups in between services, but that is kind of rare. And also it just depends on like density of your hair and all of that good stuff, because if your hair is super fine, you're not going to have a ton of longevity with those mini move-ups, just because the hair is fine and it tends to sometimes slip out of those beads a little bit easier. So I just want to make sure that everyone looks hot in between their appointments. Honestly, like nobody's going to be looking janky walking around and saying that I'm their hairstylist. At the end of the day, it's our reputation, and if somebody's looking janky and their hair extensions are looking rough, that is a reflection on the stylist. Okay, how are your little curtain bays? Do you want these like trimmed at all? Any shorter, or just like I was just kind of like dusting and just dust. And then do you want curl, or do you want to just leave it straight?
If you want to curl it, we can curl it.
Okay, we can do that. We can style it for the line. So cute. Let me turn this on. Yeah, it looks good. I think the tone is really pretty too.
I think so too.
Yeah, so we did highlights on her last time she was in, and then we just refreshed her tone, and I did a root touch up to give her like such a gorgeous refresh of her color. And as you can see, the extensions, like you can't even tell that they're in here. So they're literally just in just the front. So she has what I call the face framies. And so they're little face frame pieces. It's about a 2-inch piece of a weft on either side of her hair. And this is for someone who doesn't want a full row. They don't want the heaviness of a full row, or maybe they're just starting out with extensions and they want to start with baby steps. This is a great way to start, kind of like your gateway drug into extensions. So it's just like a 2-inch piece, and it just fills in the front face frame and gives her so much fullness. It's like crazy what a difference just the face frames make. And she's had these for quite a while. Yeah. And sometimes clients will get the face frames and they'll be like, okay, I'm ready for a full row. And then sometimes they'll get the face frames and they'll be like, I'm good with the face frames. Like, they're gorgeous, they're easy to maintain, easy to take care of. It's a little less expensive, like I said, than doing a full row. So I do charge less for this. So clients really love having options. Let me answer some questions. Do you not get breakage when taking wider sections with the beads? No, because if you are, with my method that I use, I have the thread in between the beads. So the thread is on the beaded row. And so that breaks up the tension that's on the hair. So you should not have any breakage. I mean, I've never had a client, I've been doing extensions for, I've been doing sew-ins for probably like 5 years now. I've never had a client that's had breakage from extensions. Yes. My sister's here today too. Say hi. Hi. So I'm just gonna throw in some curl and we'll show you what she looks like after, and then if I'm still going live, we'll see how we go. But my next client coming in, we're just doing a trim on her extensions, and I'm just blending in her extensions with her hair. We did a brand new row of hair and on her hair, and we kept it a little bit longer, and she says she just wants a little bit more weight taken out of the new row that we did. So that's what I'm doing next, and we'll see. She comes in 10 minutes, so we'll see how we go. This is my first live. Add some haircuts if possible. Yes, I am doing more lives, so I'm gonna be trying to do a live at least once a week. I think that the lives are super fun and I can answer questions right away. So leave me any extension questions. It does match beautifully. This color is gorgeous on her, and the extensions that I'm using are my Holy Hair extensions. So these are exclusive to only my clients. I have not sold these like on my website yet. I've been wanting to do that, but it's just a hurdle that I haven't been able to cross right now, just with stocking inventory. So I do stock inventory at my salon for my clients, and then if you're a local stylist, I do sell to some local stylists in the area. I am open to custom orders if you are interested in selling my hair. I can talk more about the hair, but the hair is something that I've worked on for the last 3 years, and I'm really passionate about it, and I really, really love my hairline, and I love all the colors I've designed, and it's a brand new weft that I've designed, so nobody else has this weft, which is really exciting for my clients because they exclusively get my hair, which is kind of fun. So everyone's loved it. Everyone has had this hair in their head for the last 2 years. I've been selling it to my clients, and this hair lasts a solid year. A solid year. Like every single one of my clients has made it last a solid year, and I feel like that is saying something because a lot of hair brands, their hair just doesn't last more than like 4 months, 4 to 6 months. So this hair lasts a solid year. And so that's something that I am really, really proud of, and something that I worked really, really hard to get to. And it feels good. It lays flat, feels good, it doesn't feel too heavy, but yet the density is thick enough to where you don't need a ton of wefts and a ton of hair on your client. So that was my goal in creating this line, was to make the density thick enough to where you didn't need to do a ton of rows in your client's hair and a ton of wefts. So that's been really, really great. And you guys know, if you've watched my last 2 videos, I switched to Kyun. Love, love, love their products, love their color line, everything. So I use the soft setter. It's got a really nice shine to it. Hi, I need to learn bead weave extensions. Yes, so if you go to my YouTube channel, you can sign up to learn my method. I have a virtual course for my method. I will post that. I'll post that. It's on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram bio, you can click my website and it'll all take you to my virtual course where you can learn extensions. It's all on my YouTube channel. It's only $50 a month, and you can learn how to do extensions. My method is the best method out there. I'm not just saying that. I worked for years creating my method. So everyone's been super happy with it. It feels really nice. You can't, they're the most comfortable ever. So. Oh my gosh, this looks
good.
so good. So good. So pretty. And this color extension, this is called Caramel Brownie. I'm gonna add a little more hairspray because I love hairspray. Okay. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Love, love, love. Flawless. Are you about to blow dry soon?
I'm about to cut her.
Okay. Yay! Okay, I don't know how to take a break. Hold on, let me see. What is this button? At least 1 minute is, oh. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break and then I will come back with my next client.
If it's being pulled back, it doesn't matter.
back, and hopefully the audio is not terrible. My sister's blow drying, so we're just gonna roll with the punches on the live here and see how we go. So I have my next client here, and what we did with her hair before is we added a row. Now we just have one row, and sometimes with one row of extensions, you can add a little bit of length. Is the audio good? Someone said it's fine. Okay. So sometimes with just one row, you can add a little bit of length. You can't add a ton of length with one row. So if somebody wants to add more than an inch, and it depends on the density of their hair as well. If someone wants to add more than an inch, you have to do at least 2 rows. So with her hair, we tried to add a little bit of length with just one row, and it was a little bit out of the comfort zone for both of us, but we were like, let's try it. We can always cut more off. So anytime I have an extension client that's buying new hair, I always say like less is more as far as like cutting the length off. So as you can see where her extension hair is here, and then if I pull this up, you can see where her actual hair is. Okay, so you can see why 2 rows would be ideal, but we just tried to get away with 1 row. She's kind of feeling a little impostery, a little like we don't love it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of the length off, and I'm going to blend it a little bit more. So I want to show you how I'm gonna do that. So I'll start by first just taking some of her length off, and then I'll go through and I'll blend the extension hair with some layering, because when you're layering extensions, it's much different than layering regular hair. So we're just gonna take like about an inch off, like right here, all around.
She's gonna get married in DC. Yeah.
And this is gonna meet up a lot closer to where her existing hair is currently. So like I said, if we move this, you can see her existing hair is right here, but she does have really fine hair. So it's fairly easy to blend it in. Coming around, I'm just trimming off this like almost an inch off of the length. So once I establish her length, I'll go in and layer. And you never want to make a client feel bad about wanting to change it up. You always want to leave the option there for changing it up. If we decide to change our minds, that's perfectly okay. We even said when we installed her hair, we may cut more off. So I'm not going to get offended. She knows I'm not going to get offended. She can text me and say, hey, I just want a little bit more off. I'm like, yes, come on by. And here we are. And I don't charge extra for this. Okay, so now length I cut all the way around. Now I'm just going to cut from the front and make sure. So I always have my client hold their chin up when I'm doing the front.
Yeah. And I'll be complaining like that. But you'll know what to expect. So, you know, I feel like sometimes people like, when they know what to expect.
Okay.
Well, it happens.
Now we've got the length. Now I'm going to go in and I am going to shape up her layers. So I'm going to start in the front, and I'm going to be taking just horizontal sections like this all the way around her hair. She has one full row. I'll show you what the row looks like. We just installed this, what, like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. So this is what her row looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. She has color vanilla cookie. in her hair. Okay. Gorge. And then this is her hair, her natural hair. Very fine, very thin, but just seamlessly blends in with the extensions. Alright, so I'm going to be taking sections just like this. I'm going to elevate a little bit, and I'm going to fan it out with my fingers. And then I'm just going to point cut. And we're taking both out while simultaneously putting in a little bit of layer. And I'm going to swing this, I'm going to grab like this side of her hair, and I'm going to kind of comb underneath, and I'm going to swing it this way, and I'm just going to point cut. Because it's a heavy weight line. The extensions are dense, which we want, but we want to be able to customize it for our client. We're just softening that line. That feels so much softer already on that side compared to the other.
Or even like the everlasting color.
It's still going to be a little bit longer than your hair, but it's not going to be too much longer than her hair because we want it to feel organic. We want it to feel natural. So I'm going to go on to the next section here. Fan her out. And that's laying much softer. Next section. And see how heavy like the extension hair is? That's why we're fanning it out. And we are point cutting. Just spin her around. There's the extension here.
Yeah.
Fanning, and when I say fanning, we're kind of like just bending the knuckles, and it fans out the hair, and then you can get in there more cleanly without taking too much off. Once you cut the hair off, it's gone. You cannot put it back. Okay? So that's why we want to be conservative with how much we're taking off. And I did cut this, and I did layer it a little bit whenever she was in, but she just wanted a little bit more softness, so that's what we're doing. We want our clients to feel comfortable, we want our clients to be happy. And if you have any questions on cutting extensions, please leave them below, and maybe I can show you an example or just verbally answer your question. And again, coming over to this side, I'm going to be doing the same thing that I was doing on the other side. So I'm going to be softening her hairline here. So just point cutting. And making that really nice and soft. And then what we'll do too is I want to connect a little bit more. I want to connect her kind of like face frame that she has going on here. I want to connect that a little bit better to her extensions. I feel like this needs to be trimmed. Have we done these in a while? No? Okay. So I'm just going to softly trim her face frame here. That lay really pretty. And then when we come in to blend her face frame of the extensions, I'll flip this up so you can kind of see a little more visually. I'm going to flip this up and you can see where her hair connects here, where her extensions are installed. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this front piece and I'm just cutting her extension hair here. And I'm going to take a small piece at a time because you don't want to do this too heavy. And I'm just going to softly slide cut. And see how that added a little bit of softness in there? So I'm just going to do that one more time.
Yeah, they make like little sticks, arm
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to elevate this face frame here. I'm going to pull it forward, fan, and then I'm just going to point cut. Gorge. I think this is blending so well. Alright, so then pulling her hair down and seeing where we're meeting, and I feel like these are beautifully blending, and obviously her hair is not styled, so we're not seeing like the full effect, but just with her hair natural, I want to make sure that this looks nice. And if you're experienced doing hair, the hair does not have to be styled for you to be able to see what's going on.
Excited for her.
Your hair looks so good. So gorgeous. Yes.
Bye.
Bye. And then with cutting extensions, you kind of want to be like very visual with it. You're just like noticing where there's a lot more weight and just taking out that weight. So when I'm lifting this up, I'm more so focusing on like this is where it connects from the top to the bottom. So when we're doing like layers and extensions, we are trimming off the top to match the bottom. So if that makes sense, like we are blending, like when I say the top, we're blending, her hair is right here, you can see, and then this is the extension hair, so we want to like almost curve that and blend that in. So that is what I'm doing when I'm kneading. So I'm coming through and I'm curving the top slightly here to curve it down and knead it to the length. And then when that lays down, it's just going to lay super soft. Someone says, not sure if I missed your response, which the extension course, is it ongoing or one course? So the extension certification course that I have is currently on my YouTube channel. It used to be on Kajabi, and it was one course, but what I'm doing is I moved it to my YouTube channel so that it could be accessible to everyone. So it's only $50 a month. If you finish the course in 1 month, then you paid $50 for the course, but if you want to keep the content for longer, then you'll just pay monthly. So you can go sign up for that over on my YouTube channel. It is in YouTube memberships. And so the link to that, if you can't find it over on my channel, you can find the link over on my Instagram page in my bio, or just go to holyhair.com and it is linked all over my website. Okay, so just kind of going through and I'm just seeing where we need to take weight out, and I'm just point cutting. And I think that this blends really well. Like I said, her hair is not styled at all. I think she just blow dried it and it's just is what it is. But I'll throw in some curl for her because she loves my curls. Right, so you want curl? Okay. She always loves my curls, so I'll throw in some curls. And we can see this is blending really well. Obviously, we have, like I said, we're getting away with one row. Her length is right here. The extension length comes on top, but I think that it's soft enough to blend and be believable and be achievable for her. She doesn't want to have 2 rows. She just wants to have 1 row, but wants to add a little bit of length with 1 row. And I think that you can add a little bit of length with 1 row, not really more than 1 inch though. And it has to be blended properly. So we'll throw on my curling iron. And if you guys have any more questions as far as blending extensions, cutting extensions, all of the things, leave me a comment so that I can answer those questions. Always want to make sure that we're looking from the front as well, and making sure that both sides are even. I am notorious for making one side a little bit longer than the other sometimes. Only slightly though, okay? Only slightly. But I always feel like how are you feeling? You feeling like this is looking better? Okay, good. Yeah, it's still longer, but it's just softer. Yeah. Yeah. Cute. How did your event go that weekend?
Got cancelled.
No.
He had strep throat.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe it?
Well, that's lame. That's super lame.
I was all ready to go.
Yeah, your hair was done. Like we were ready to go. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, it looks nice and soft. Right? Yeah. Needed a little something. Okay. Good blend. Always wondered how to blend shorter with longer extensions. Yeah. It's definitely tricky to blend extensions. And like I said, I did her hair 2 weeks ago. I did blend it in, but I didn't blend it enough. So she popped back in for me to blend it a little more. It's no big deal, you guys. Everything is fine. So I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna throw some curl in, and you can see how this looks after. And I just pretend like there's no extensions in here. I don't pay too much attention to curling the extension hair, curling the regular hair. We just curl it. We're not overthinking it, we're just curling it. Everyone's like, how do you curl hair with extensions and da 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 da? It's like, don't overthink it. Just curl the hair. Curl it all together. I curled my hair this morning after I air dried it yesterday, and so there's a good amount of texture in my hair now. But I kind of like to do that with my hair because of the texture, but I'm about to put some extensions back in my hair, so I'm probably not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to blow dry, but I'm thinking about doing like long extensions, but let me know what you think, please. Everyone's like, I like that length, but I think we're gonna like it longer too. You've seen me with longer hair, it's fun. You know I like to change it up. Love your hair with the darker roots. Good to see the video. Yeah, love the darker root. My sister did it, she's here. Say hi.
Thank you so much.
Sam will take all the credit for my color. But I do Sam's color and she does mine, so I'll take the credit for hers and she can take the credit for mine. But we kind of have the same thing going on right now. We were both root touch-up blondes for the longest time, like scalp bleach, root touch-up blondes, and we both decided to kind of grow out our root and have a little more dimension, which I fought for the longest time because I'm like very blondorexic and every single strand of hair on my head needs to be bleached. So I'm growing and I'm maturing. I'm maturing. And so I've decided that dimension is good. And my Nana that passed away in 2019 that did hair for her whole life always told me, you'd look so good with some dimension in your hair. You'd look so good. No, Nana, never. It's never gonna happen. Never ever gonna happen. And then now here we are. And so I like it actually a lot better, and I'm like, oh shoot, Nana was right. I do look better with dimension in my hair. So we have Nana to thank ultimately for that. She was sending messages from heaven. Put dimension in your hair. Do you have anything fun going on the rest of the day? I'm chilling. No.
School paper.
School pickup. That's what us moms do. Drop them off and pick them up. And drop them off and pick them up. Yeah, I was saying earlier, like on my days off when I'm momming, I literally feel like I'm non-stop moving. I have not stopped moving, but I feel like nothing has actually gotten done.
I'm exactly the same.
It's like, why is that the case? Because it's like feeding everybody, doing dishes, doing laundry, feeding everybody, doing dishes, doing laundry, cleaning up messes, doing dishes, doing laundry. So like nothing's actually getting done, but like,
You're momming.
yeah, you're momming, and it's a whole thing. So,
Do you have this thing, Laura?
yes.
Where did you put it?
It is up in the cabinet underneath my extension folder. You can put it up there too if you want.
I'll probably set it right here because I might be using it quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been using like the paper one, but I kind of want to use that one more, but I just like feel like it's so big. It's like a little aggressive to like get that whole thing out. It's huge.
I don't think I got a paper one.
I think I have a couple paper ones. We're switching our color line to Cune. If you guys saw my most recent video, I am switching from Shade ZQ. We are leveling up, okay? I feel like Shade ZQ is so juvenile now that I've switched. I just feel like, what the heck was I doing for all these years? And even like Suze, this is one of my favorite clients. Oh, if any of my other clients are watching,
You're all favorites.
you're all my favorites, okay? Sorry, no. I'm just kidding. Suze knows she's my favorite. But with her color, we have like absolutely nailed it. And we joke because I've been doing her hair for 12 years. And I'm like 12 years later. 12 years later, I finally nailed it. But I swear it's Cune. Like Shade sucks now. They changed manufacturers or something. I just feel like their quality has so gone down in the last like 5 years. And really since COVID, I feel like nothing has been right in the hair industry as far as products goes. Like everyone has cut corners and it's super annoying. But we both switched to Cune and it is amazing, and it's like so luxurious and so much higher quality, and you can really tell the difference. So if you want to know more about that, check out my most recent YouTube video over on my channel, and I'm going to be doing an updated video soon, just to like tell you how it's going and how I've been loving Cune. But the sum up is I've been loving it, and it's been phenomenal, and all my clients have been super happy. And any of my clients that have had any kind of sensitivity or like reaction or like any kind of sensitivity with previous color, they have had no sensitivity with the Cune. So it's been really nice just to be able to provide a higher quality product for my clients. So just going in with some texture spray and some hairspray and getting her looking hot, because there is not a woman out there that doesn't want to look hot, okay? So when you come in to sit in my chair, you're going to leave looking hot, and that's the motto here. Right, Suze?
Absolutely, every time.
Every time. Love, love, love. Gorgeous. Yeah, this feels right.
This
This-
is more me.
This is more you.
Mhm.
And this
Yeah.
length, it's still
It's
longer.
still longer.
It's still longer. It's still like, but it feels believable. It feels, yeah, it feels good. Yay! Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this looks so freaking good. I'll show you her row. You can't even tell she has extensions, first of all, but they're in here secretly. There's her row. So she has one row, and like I said, this color is called Vanilla Cookie in my Holy Hair line. Blends perfectly. So gorgeous. Awesome. Love, love, love. Okay, I'm gonna end this live here. Thank you guys for joining my first live video on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be doing more of these every single week, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Sign up for my virtual course if you want to learn how to do my Holy Hair extension method. And follow me over on Instagram, and I'll see you beauties next time I pop on. Bye!